Hi, it's Kassy, artist in residence with Imagine. Today I'm using VersaMagic on metal to decorate these flowers. I found them at a thrift store and I thought that it would be a fun project. So I'm starting with white gesso and I'm just going to cover the entire surface of the metal on the front and back. And then I'm using ultra matte gel to just put in the center of these flowers so that I can put down some art stones to give it a little bit more texture. I'm using the medium and the mini art stone. So I start with the medium and place them down, and then I fill in the gaps with the mini art stones. And I'm just kind of smushing them down with my finger and tapping out the excess so I'm getting good coverage. And that matte gel is really going to help them stay in place. I also covered that with gesso after it dried. So now I'm ready to come in with some ink. And first I'm using VersaMagic in Thatched Straw, and I'm going to cover all of the petals completely, just right with that ink dewdrop. Then I'm using Mango Madness with a sponge to go about halfway up each petal just to give it some shading. And I'm going to do that on all the petals of both flowers. And then finally I'm using the persimmon, and I'm just using it direct from the pad, giving it a little bit more shading. And then for the center of the flower, I started with Sahara Sand and Ink Potion number 9 to extend that ink a little bit and thin it out so I could get good coverage in the middle there. Then I just rubbed the Jumbo Java and Eggplant over the top to try to give it some more shading on the middle of the flower there. So then I'm also using Eggplant, and all of this ink so far has been all VersaMagic ink. So I'm using the Eggplant to completely cover that butterfly, and then I'm using the colored texture spray from the IrRESISTible line in copper, and I'm just going to paint with it and cover that whole middle of the butterfly, just the body. So remember the colored texture spray dries with dimension and shiny, so it's really fun to use. It's a nice change, and it brings more dimension to your project. I also decided to use it in the middle there because I just felt like the middle of the flowers weren't brown enough, weren't dark enough. So next I'm using hint of pesto for the stems of the flowers, and just using direct, and then using dandelion fireworks spray to splatter some spots onto the butterfly. So I used this nice stencil and plaster paste and dried it. And then I'm using hint of pesto again in the middle and sage on the outside. And then I'm just rubbing this all over. I want this to look like vintage wallpaper when I'm done. So then I hit it with some water, and I'm using a paintbrush to spread it around, and a little bit more water just to kind of blend it out and let it dry. And then I'm coming back in with bamboo leaves colored texture spray and moving this around. I really like the colored texture spray, and especially this bamboo leaves with these other colors. It's going to blend nicely with those other colors, and again, it's giving me that shine when it dries and the dimension. So it's just another piece of visual interest. So I'm going to use some twine here, just going to make a bow at the bottom of the stems there. And now it's time to, oh yes, I forgot, I put some more splatter so I could have some more dots of the bamboo spray. And then now it's time to put it all together. So this is metal, and I am sticking it to a canvas board. So you need heavy duty glue or some kind of adhesive, and I am using ultra thick gel. And I put it on everywhere the metal hit the canvas. So you can see, look at that shine in the board. The color texture spray is so pretty. So there is my project. I hope you enjoyed it and found some inspiration, and maybe you'll find something at your thrift store to make. For more inspiration, please visit imaginecrafts.com. Thanks for watching.